Hi guys, welcome back to Carport Autos and another video on the BMW 325i M Sport. As you can see, we have moved it from the front. We had to tow it round, and as you can see, it's off the floor, ready to start the process of repairs. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm just losing the bolts for the wheel arch liners, and then I'm going to take the headlights out because I've got some more wings for this car, and they are classed as Estero blue, which is in colour because this car is Estero blue. So I'm just in the process of stripping those bits off until Dave arrives, and then we will start to investigate the clutch issue, whether it's something as simple as a slave cylinder, master cylinder, well, not so simple, but master cylinder, or something else. I just don't know at this point. So yeah, keep you posted. As you can see, one side is out, other side is being a pain. What you have to do is you have to take this lower cover off. It's attached here on this side. You prise that out very carefully, and then it just pulls out. But what you've got 1, 2, and then down there 3, and then right through here you've got number 4. These 2 are bolts, these 2 are tugs. This one don't want to come out, so I'm just going to take 5 minutes because I'm losing my rag, and I'm just going to chill, and then I'm going to come back to it. But that's essentially how you get the headlights off. And then obviously once that's undone, just pulls out. You undo 2, 3, 4, 5 connectors, and she's away. Job done. But as you can see on the other side, that's where on that side it's been a pain. Right guys, as we are going to be under the car doing bits of work, I thought I'd take the front under tray off. As you can see, it's very wet, so there is obviously a leak somewhere. The question is where. Before we start, we're going to have to clean all of this up and then try and figure out where the leak is coming from. Strong possibility it could be sump. It's very wet around there, so we might have to take this off, which, in order to get sump off, maybe a gasket that's leaking on sump. I just don't know at this stage. It's all going to be clean up and then an investigation of where this could potentially have all come from. But yeah, it ain't pretty. So we're going to get some sheeting there, protect the driveway a little bit, and then get some degreasant on it. Right guys, quick cutting. Headlights are off, front bumper is off, wheel arch liners are off. Interesting design. You only need to take these great big bolts off here. Front bumper comes straight off. Wheel arch liner, they're a different matter. You have to undo the subframe to get to it. But what we're going to do now, we're going to put some protectant down on the floor, get some degrease on it, and then get as much as this cleaned off as possible. Quite a bit. Right guys, it's the following day. As you can see, all that crud and all that crap and all that excess oil that was on there, we've got a big portion of it out of the way. nice and cleaned up. Still a bit obviously further back with gearboxes, but obviously we'll get to that as and when we do the gearbox, because I've no doubt we're going to have to probably drop that, so makes sense to do that when it's down. But that's the next thing to investigate. Obviously in here I've got these front arms, or lower arms should I say, to change. Both sides. It was an MOT failure on that side, but I've got a pair, so I might as well do them in a pair. Just some bits to clean up around here. I've got these bushes to change, these anti-roll bar bushes to change. Even though they don't look that bad, we've got some to change anyway. Got new discs and pads for the front, and obviously for the back as well. We've got some discs and pads because that was an MOT failure as well. It says that the brake lines are corroded and brittle and cracked, but we've checked all these and we can't find any evidence of that at all. These bits here are looking a bit cruddy, but we'll clean them up, so make them look better. But as I say, the rest of the pipes, they don't look, as I say, they don't look that bad, and they're definitely not cracking. I mean, that's the same on both sides. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Right guys, another thing that we've noticed on this car before we pulled it up down here is the driver's window. When you press the button, you can hear the motor going up and down, but the window does not. So there is some sort of issue there, which will need investigation, which is why the door card's off. I was going to do it while it was down here, but unfortunately when we jacked the car up, it knocked it too far this way, and you can see in the background that brick pillar. I can't open the door now. So a bit of a classic fail on that one. I'm going to have to wait until the car's actually down now to sort that one out, but it's not a big issue. Don't know if I have mentioned it before, but have got some replacement wings. Like I say, this one is just a slightly different colour. I think this is topaz blue, whereas the car is estero blue, and it's just slightly off. Plus it's a poor fit up here, down here, so we've got a pair of wings, because if you remember on this side, that's all rotten. We could have wiped that one down and rubbed that one down, treated it and prepped for it, and painted it, but got two in colour. The only thing you'll notice difference on the replacement wings is they don't have this here, and this looks like it's pop riveted on, so we're going to have to drill that out and make sure you put that one there on the new wings, because they haven't got them. So that's always a good thing to do, is to make sure that you check your old wings when you take them off, and that you don't leave anything on that you could potentially need. You end up getting rid of them and you're stuck. So obviously bits like this trim, and if there's any, and obviously this, just make sure that you take them off. Hi guys, before we actually get started tackling gearbox and all the proper mechanicals on it, we need to get this bumper, rear bumper off. As you can see here, this is actually one of the two sort of, from where I've been muted up on, kind of shock absorbers that the bumper is, and you can see there it's coming through there, and it's obviously punched through there as well. So I need to get into it to take the bumper off and look on the inside, see what damage it's done. Now normally, like the front bumper, you go, there's like a hole underneath here, I don't know if you can see it. You can only get a star drive through there. to undo it, but I can't, so I'm going to have to go in through this bit into the inside and take it off from the inside. So get rid of some of this and see what's what. Right then guys, what you've got, you have to take this tray out of here. I initially thought you might have to take all of this out, but from what I've seen online, there's these little clips here on both sides. You take them out, and you'll see it by the side. And what that just shows you a bolt here, there's a bolt at the side of it here, and a bolt at the side of it there. You undo those three, you undo those three on that side, same side, and then you have to undo, well, you have to take this out, these couple of bolts here, here and here, and there's one at the top, so there, three there, and that. You can take this little bit of the liner out, and then there's a clip behind here, and then it should slide off. Well, that's the theory, so we'll get a go. Right, as you can see guys, apart from a lot of crud, bumper's free, and it's out. Another thing I've got to undo is the parking sensors. All good to go. This will be your issue here. If you can see that in there, but that should be one complete piece that holds the bolt in place. As you can see on this side, there is one, although that has fractured as well, but at least there's a bolt there, whereas obviously here there isn't. Now it looks like this section is must be aluminium, I think, or some really high tensile plastic. I'll have a look for an inner piece. If not, I have got a bumper in my watch list on eBay. The only downside is it's not in colour, but there's going to have to be some paint on this car, so it's not a be all and end all. But I suppose the good thing is it's not actually bent anything out the back. What we have found is the wheel well has got some rot, so there is going to be some repairs on that, and as you can see there's a lot of surface rust, so we'll probably take all this old under seal off. As you can see there's a hole there and there's a hole appearing over there, so either that, or if I can find a rear wheel well. But obviously we have got some rust issues. It's a common thing on an E46, rust. If a car's not looked after, it does take over a little bit. So yeah, bit of a rust issue, but I suppose while Dave's doing the mechanicals on it, I can start doing some of this rust prevention, etc., and see, because obviously that there is the battery tray, so obviously we'll have a good go on that, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to lose the battery. So yeah, seems like I'm taking more off this car than actually putting back on at the minute, but I suppose that's all part and parcel of doing these cars. But she's going to be a cracker when she's done. So yeah, let's see if we can see what we can find on eBay or on any forums. see if we can find some bits. So yeah, crack on. So I hope you can't really see there, but just so you can see on this wheel well a little bit close, we need to scrape quite a lot of this back and here more than anything. Obviously we've got a hole, so we need to sort that out. And obviously is going to be carrying on, it's going to be quite a large piece there that's required. Now inside is around here as well, same, but we'll attack all this as per usual with a screwdriver, see what goes through and what stays. What stays is good, gets treated with some rust proof, etc. Then obviously you get to, that's where the battery tray is, and obviously we need to give that a good going over, make sure that that is 100%, because yeah, that's all I'll say. As for the rest of it, I mean obviously there is surface rust around everything else, but these are just mechanical parts. Some of them will clean up, some of them we won't, but then obviously we've got the welding to do that it failed in the MOT. So yeah, I think we'll probably leave this one here, as you can see, and I've been filming some for the next video, but yeah, we'll leave this one here. And yeah, if you like these videos, please do consider subscribing. Give us a thumbs up, and if you've got any questions, queries, please drop them in the comment section and we'll answer as best we can. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.